Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Bureau Keynotes. Glad to have each and every one of you on. Always a pleasure for this call because we get to hear our peers deliver their wonderful keynotes. And we've got a newcomer tonight, all the way from Chicago, our very own Miss Joy, Mama Joy Ramza. Let's give her a big welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
Oh, that's not professional. Oh, it's for me to start now? Mhm. Wow. A new year and new thoughts and new minds. Revelation or resolution is trust. Think about it. Trust, relationships. Relationships can go south. Even resolutions can go south. We make resolutions all the time with ourselves. But how many of us trust ourselves enough to not go south or not complete them? You know, life has its life has so many twists and turns and so many uncertainties, but in the midst of all of these things, there's something about trusting in what you believe, something that is so deep into you until nothing can steer you away from that which you feel that trust is holding for you. How we navigate through it depends on how long we've been navigating through these waters in life. And I'm beginning to understand that we always have opportunities to learn something new, learn a new way. Because if we keep getting the same results in that which we say we trust, and we are looking for something different, then it's got to be another way. As Einstein says, you can't solve a problem with the same mind that created it. And I'm beginning to find out that I've been going loop de loop, looking for something that I didn't understand that if it's the same method, I'm going to get the same results. So, relationships go south, my resolutions go south. I wind up not achieving those goals. So, this is a new year. Let's take a look at ourselves and look at what it is that we desire to do. It is said in those nine points of Kimbrough, it says that if you desire to be, if you desire a certain lifestyle, you got to first become that person that you desire to be. So I'm learning to trust that. And tonight, I don't know if this is breaking a rule. I had a really quick session here tonight, a, a flash study today to learn how to the structure of a presentation. And I realized that if it's this simple, then this is a great start for me to go another way. One of the things about trust and relationships is understanding the importance of communication. And I tell you, I did not realize how important that was. I had a girlfriend of mine, she would tell me, why do you always call yourself a jack booty? Well, that was just a little fun thing. And I say, girls, I tell you, I'm just a jack booty sometimes. She says, but is that what you really want? I say, girl, it's just fun. She says, no, it may sound funny. She says, but that's what you're speaking to yourself. And when she went out to go speak, and I said, break a leg. And she said, oh, no, I'm not breaking a leg, Joy. And things that we just don't think about, but it really impacts how we think about ourselves and how it also plays a part in how we navigate our lives by the things that we say. And if we're not cognizant of that, many times we are steering ourselves in a direction that we absolutely do not desire to go. Neither is that the kind of life that we want. And so we wonder why we wind up with clutter and all kinds of different things. And it's because of we are what we speak, not to others, but to ourselves, more importantly. So the communication doesn't start with how I am clear to someone else. It's when I come to that point. And this is my New Year's resolution, bam, right out of the box. Hot bread. My resolution starts with my ability to communicate with myself and that which I desire to be. Maybe that's the reason why I kind of screwed up with following through all the other times, right? Just think about it. We try to create relationships with other people that we haven't even considered putting ourselves in the equation of it, right? And then we always have this, the second point is about assumptions. Uh-oh, assumptions. Well, another point I learned, and that is some of us live a life of assumptions and never get to the reality of accepting life as it is and challenging ourselves to give rise to that which is in us and trust that light that's in us, trust that vision that's in us, trust that which we feel we can be and trust being it. Break a leg? No. What about speaking something that I'm starting to feel? Just yesterday, think about it. I started feeling beautiful. Now, someone may say, well, honey, you're too old for that. Hello? I think I'm finding out than I ever was. I didn't wait for somebody to tell me that. I told myself that because I'm trusting in what I feel about me. And I feel that way. So, and sometimes we fault our parents for different feelings and things in life. And I assumed for a long time that my mom was responsible for me not liking my feet. Well, just because my mom would tell me how ugly my feet were, didn't mean I had to mistreat my feet. And my feet looked terrible. And I couldn't understand why they were looking that bad. And I remember my mom always telling me about my feet. She said, you're so pretty, but as soon as you get to your feet, you're like a peacock. Nice feathers, but you got ugly feet. And I took that as a truth. I trusted my mother's words to me because my mom was like my God. My mom was my model. My mom's words were solid in my life. My mom's words were precious to me. And I trusted my mom. But then things about me started going south, going down, because, and I didn't know. I didn't know. So I'm grateful now. There's a value in growing older. Hello? And desiring to learn and desiring to open up to always or be open to something new. And at some point in life say, hey, why everything's going south? Why all these sour apples? Why am I not able to really get the results in my life that I want, I desire? It's because I've lived lives like an assumption instead of living the way I feel, the way I want to feel, trusting that which is inside of me. As the scripture says, you know the fruits, you'll know them by their fruits. And now I'm beginning to understand that I always see those words meaning for somebody else, looking at what they have. But the first thing I'm beginning to understand now, no, not first thing, but I'm finally getting the message. I got to take those words for myself. Evaluate my fruits. Look at the results you're getting in your life. Let's think about it. We trust in those things outside of ourselves without understanding that the origin of all things that occur in our life begins with us and what we think and put in action about ourselves. And because someone said something about you, even my mom, I didn't have to accept that. But my mother spoke it, I received it, and I agreed with her, right? Oh, well. But I live long enough now to understand. Hello. My mom's words were not necessarily for me. It was words about her own feelings about herself, right? And I didn't have to get on board that ship. So I'm glad I lived long enough to understand that at any time in my life, I can feel good about who I am. I don't have to be impacted by my accepting other people's feelings or just assumptions about who I am. And I'm just grateful. And what I'm doing now is this, learning how to be grateful. Be grateful and understand that I have the ability to be astute and turn my life around only with changing how I feel about myself. It sounds simple. It's a simple thought, but it's difficult when you've lived 50, 60, 70 or more years doing the same old thing. But I'm just saying, be up to the task. Be up to the task to trust this power that is in you. Trust that idea or that thought about you. Trust the fact that every day that you can get up with a clear slate and can start anew only if you desire to. Or you can repeat where you came from and keep repeating and clumping along. So in 2025, I just invite you to take a look at your life. And if you're getting what you're getting and you're not happy about it, trust that there's something better waiting for you. And you don't go out and do that, but you start walking within, walking in your own mind, your own thoughts, and understanding that whatever you see that you have agreed that you don't want, that you have at some point in your life agreed to have it that way. It's not McDonald's. No, it's Burger King. Have it your way. It starts with you today, right? So I'm so grateful for this opportunity to share. And I'm beginning to really hold this with all of my heart and soul. And believe me, that's all we have, guys. And we only have this moment. We only have this moment. We might not even have tomorrow morning. But at this moment, know this, that trust begins with you. And how well you trust and how well you respect the relationship you have with yourself determines the integrity of the relationship you have with others. So I encourage you this day in 2025 to reflect on your own communications with yourself and others and stop the patterns that continue to not bear you the results that you desire. You're worthy of it. Get on board your own ship of joy, your own ship of magic that only you can create and sail the seas that you were born to. So thank you. Take care.
All right. Does anyone have any questions for Mama Joy? Anyone? All right. If not, let's all unmute our mics and give Mama Joy a round of applause. Woo!
Woohoo!
Woo! Woo! Woo!
I'm
All
about to do
right.
something I'm trying to be a little different. Susan has told me to be professional, so I'm trying to do that.
No, I didn't make you professional. I just gave you some points on the opening and the body and the clothes.
You gave me so many thoughts, and I just didn't know how to be able to do that.
You did awesome. Well, I'll get to that. You were awesome, really.
Man. All right, we're up to our praise period. Mr. Field, did you have something right now?
Do
I
you
saw
have a
you.
question for
Okay. Okay. Okay, we're up to our praise period right now where we will give Mama Joy words of encouragement and pour back into her. I'll go first, Mama Joy. I always love to hear when you speak because it's always wisdom when I hear you speak, and it's just such a joy, pun intended, to hear you every time you speak, give a keynote, or just give your thoughts on a certain topic or
Oh,
situation, whether we're reading a book or just having a discussion. And so, very nice job for your first time in front of us. So, very nice job.
yeah, give praise to God and to Susan. I certainly wasn't going that direction.
Anyone else have some words of encouragement for Mama Joy? I want to
Yeah.
pour back into her. Go ahead, Mr. Calloway.
Well, how you doing, Mr. I tell you, I thought that was rather charming, and it's always good, when you to hear some wisdom rather than giving wisdom. Even though I enjoy giving wisdom a lot of times, but I enjoy receiving wisdom even more. And I have to say, as Billy Crystal used to say, you look absolutely marvelous. I just wanted to pass that on to you. So, hey, you ain't got to worry about that there. I thought you were rather charming, and I enjoyed every bit of it. Thank you, ma'am. And I really love the wisdom because I was sitting here nodding in agreement and thinking to myself, yep, I needed to hear that too.
Wow, thank you. And that was not my intention. I want to thank you, Mr. Calloway, um, because I hear people tell me about the wisdom, but I really don't really hear it, you know. And I just speak, and for you to say that you receive something from me that way, it's such an honor because I was really intimidated by coming here because Susan was giving me a very basic setup with a strategy that was so simple. And but Susan, I must say that this was very helpful to keep me on track. And obviously, Mr. Calloway, you received something, and I hope that I hope that whatever it was that you'll be able to understand that it took me a long time to reach this point of accepting who I am. And so hopefully in that knowing, you can have a longer life than me and enjoy you right now.
I
Just
certainly will. With that advice, I certainly will. You did great. I love it.
thank you. Thank you so much. I'm humble. Thank you. Mhm.
Thank you, Mr. Calloway. Anyone else?
Yeah, just
Go ahead, Mr. Onion.
you did a great job. You had some good points, and as I approach my 60th birthday in just another week, yeah, a lot of times we define ourselves and what we can do by age and what other people think of us, and we at least me personally, I tend to take that to heart, and I think a lot about what people think about me and what people say and what I can and can't do. And sometimes it's hard to break through those barriers. So it's always good to get a reminder that we can and we don't have to be defined by what others think we can do, but by what we believe and know that we can do on our own. So thank you for that. Very timely words.
I received that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, and who's that, Tanya? Yeah, Tanya, and when I was 60, I can remember my mother-in-law, she was much older, but she says, "You're still young, you're still young, you're still young." And I say, "I know I'm too old, I'm too old, too old." But if I'd known I was not going to live as long as I did. And if I realize that I have as much life and like I like your cap on your head. You're a rough roller. I love that. I love that. You know, you're a tough lady and sometimes it's hard to find the tenderness in ourselves, particularly if we've been roughed up as women, you know. But I see I see smiling in your eyes, and so I'm just hoping that you look in your eyes and learn to get up in the morning and say, you know what, I love you, Tanya. I love you. And you're beautiful. Okay. Thank you for your words. Take care. Oh,
Right. All right. Well,
thank you.
I am now about to turn it over to our master trainers for the evening, all the way from sunny Florida, the original award-winning humor consultants, Mr. and Mrs. Field and Susan Sorrentino. Miss Susan, the floor is yours.
Mama Joy, you were outstanding. I'm telling you. I mean, you're a natural anyways, but
Oh,
I mean, talking with you and you putting a structure together like you did, in, short amount of time. I mean, you listen, but you really have that anyways. You just needed to put it into a format so that you can take it out to the world and you can, I mean, as is, you can do that. But as you come back and do more, you'll see, oh gosh, I could do this or I could do that. And then you can think about how you can add it into a little bit longer presentation. You just keep adding to it. Um, here you're going to do 20 minutes, 25 if you have a Q&A.
mhm.
Um, but and as I was saying, a lot of the service groups and out there like Kiwanis and some of those and chambers, they have a speaker, and usually because it's a lunchtime, they don't want them to speak any more than 25 minutes. But if someone hires you, sometimes it's 45 minutes or an hour. So, you have a lot of material right up here in your head. I've heard you with some of the things, and you put it together very well tonight. I'm very pleased. You look amazing and very professional. Um, so
Well, if you
I
told me I was running late, I was trying to do something with myself. You should have seen, but no, I didn't want you to see me the way I was before.
we're all like,
Yeah, I know you were grading me on that. I said, so girl, do something with yourself.
and this was
Thank
perfect. It was a perfect New Year
Mhm.
presentation.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow. It just started unfolding as I was talking. I said, okay. Still nervous.
and it didn't show one bit.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Well, I'm looking forward. And and what was my strong motives was that I told Grace, I said, well, if no one comes, I will today I will I'll do it next Tuesday. And when the word came trust, I realized that she was trusting in my words. And I had to trust in me. As I said, open up your mouth and the spirit will speak to you, or speak through you. And then I had to, and then and then when you gave me those points, those key body points, it was so solid till I could actually feel those steps.
Mhm.
Those words became a reality to me. So I trusted myself in following through my word with grace. And I had an opportunity to meet you personally for the first time. And you gave me just what I needed for me to
Wow.
get the confidence I needed to build that trusting me. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Great. And, you know, you're going to help people build trust in themselves.
Mm,
Presentation.
Thank you. Mhm.
Now you got Phil. And John Calloway, same way, he has so many topics
Mm,
because he's had a lot of life experiences that he's gone through. And I don't know if you've heard him speak.
No, but is this the gentleman who's the truck driver?
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, yeah, yes, yeah. I remember
Gotta have him
hearing
back
him.
again. Gotta come back, John. Got more.
Thank you.
I'm
Yes,
ready.
treasure
Okay.
of experiences, treasure of experiences. Yeah, very
You know,
rich
you know
treasure.
what I love about you? Watching you, I love how innocent you are with it and so honest. I was like, wow, I'm just sitting here smiling. I said, wow, she is so innocent, and genuine in describing how she felt. I just love that. I just love that. That really touches me.
Hmm, thank you. Thank
I
you.
think one word you could describe it as is authentic.
Oh,
You're just authentic. Yeah, you were 14 minutes and 30 seconds.
oh,
That's
I
how
thought I
long.
was 17 going on 20. I was trying to hold it for 20 minutes.
Uh, well, that's why we share this. You went in 14 minutes and 30 seconds. The line that got me was right off the bat. Do you trust what you believe? That is heavy.
Mhm.
That you could do a whole program around. Do you trust what you believe? Another thing you could add, it's simple, but it's not easy. These ideas are very simple, but they're not easy. And you could build on that. How can you make them easier? Wisdom. You have a lot of wisdom, which comes from experience. So I would like to hear more about your experience. What brought you here? Les Brown says, "Who are you? What do you have? And why should I listen?" So that's another way to frame your program. Who are you? Because when you're in front of people, who is this lady? And then what do you have? And then why should I listen? And what should I do to get a benefit out of here?
Okay.
And what should I do? I added that. That's me. Because again, if you focus your presentation on how can I impact these people in a way in which they'll take my ideas and go out and use them, so they'll be able to get the benefits and improve their life. And
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
focus your remarks around that concept, then you're always there for the audience. You're not there for your ego or anything else. You're there to share with them some experience, some wisdom that you had, and if they do it, they're going to have a better life. And that's it. But you're natural. You're very conversational. 12:11. When brought in front of the judge and magistrates, give not thought to the words I speak, let the spirit flow. That's what I would do. I would prepare my program, and then just before my time to go up, I'd go to the restroom. I'd sit down and I'd pray, dear God, you've got me here. Tell me what you want me to those people to hear. And there were times when I'm speaking and it ain't my stuff. I know what my stuff is. This isn't my stuff. So and it takes a while to get there. It's like an athlete calls it being in the zone. But you've got all the ingredients that you can get there. You just need to practice it. What I would suggest you do is that you will look at the video, and it's the toughest thing. I never liked looking at my own videos. It was like never liked it. But you do it, it's like the athlete looking at the game films, and then come back next week and give us version 2 of what you want to present.
Mm, thank you. Thank you.
You have a sense of the wisdom. You've got wisdom. Well, I would imagine that wisdom you has come from experience. So I would like to have you share with us the experience and then connected. Here's the wisdom I got off of this experience. You can do this too, but not have to go through the experience I went through to get the benefits. So we can do it that way. But you could work. You could find a nice niche that you could do well, make a difference on the planet, and put some money in your pocket.
Sounds like a plan. That's great. Well, I really credit Susan for helping me with this because I guess I would say it wasn't even 15 minutes before I was Finish with her and with about beer on. Thank you so much, Bill. Thank you. Thank you so much. Your words mean a lot to me. And yeah, but I was told, keep a little fun in it. And
Yeah, there's a point when you watch it. There's a point where you'll see you shift into another gear.
mm,
You're sucking and you're doing, and then all of a sudden you shift into another gear where then you got it, and
mm.
you'll notice it when you watch the video.
Well, thank you. Yeah, because it's like I've been living lemons, living in a lemony life. A lot of rough and ugly things, and sometimes I, well, most of the time I talk about those hurtful things, but I realize that I have to learn how to speak on what was or what happened. And yeah, like I'm not the experience, but I've got to leave the pain and see the triumph, the fact that I'm here, the fact that I'm here, I'm still alive. Like I had a stroke a few months ago, and I had to have a speech therapist to help me to get my words straight and I, how to walk down the stairs again, all stuff like that. And it made me not take life for granted. Okay.
Call
And
your speech therapist. Call your speech therapist and tell them that you just did a great presentation and you wanted to thank her for him for helping you do that.
yeah, thank you.
Because I would have liked to have known that you had a stroke. How long ago?
It was in June
You had a stroke in June. Went to a speech
2024.
therapist to get to this point. So no matter what, things can knock you down or things can lift you up. And I chose when I had my stroke that I wanted to lift it up and get the good that comes out of this and not the bad. And here's what I did, and here's where I am today.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. How to turn that around. Yeah, that's something I must learn to do. I think that's one of the reasons why I hesitate telling my stories because I don't know how to move from the bad stuff to something better, how to look at it in a way that shows that something that I've achieved or succeeded in. I have
Well,
challenged.
it's a choice that you made that you were going to find something good in it. Romans 8:28, all things are possible to him that believe it's according to his purpose. So you chose at that point that made that stroke is going to be something positive. And so you put together a plan, a process to get to the point where you could give something positive come out of that. Or you could have felt sorry for yourself and just quit. But you chose not to do that. And I challenge you in the audience. If you're going through something, don't quit. Find help. I envision after you give a speech, young people coming up to you and sharing their stories with you, so you can give them encouragement. I just know that's going to happen when you get out there. Oh boy, I was thinking, boy, I'm glad I came tonight because I was thinking this, and now you've made me think this. Thank you very much. That's going to happen to you.
Mm.
It happened to you tonight, John Calloway.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I just want to say I'm grateful for each and one of you and for being here at my last minute decision, but I did not want to betray my trust and my word.
Will we see you next week?
Yes, I was
Okay.
serious. Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Good.
Oh, good. All righty. Next
All
week.
right, Grace.
Thank you.
All right. One more time, let's unmute our mics and give Mama Joy a round of applause. Woo!
All
Yay.
right.
All right, we have got Mama Joy again next Tuesday on the books. That's for the 14th, so the 21st and the 28th of January are open. So if anyone wants to get put down to speak, deliver their keynote on the 21st or the 28th, please let me know, and I will put you down.
All right.
I'll go for it.
Thank you.
Oh, all right, Mr.
Thank you.
Galloway. Okay, I'll put you down for the 21st.
Okay.
Step on
Right.
up. All right. That means
Yay.
I got to come back. Look like I'm locked up here for 3 weeks now.
You'll have, yeah, you'll want to hear John.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, that's right. Wonderful. Can you invite others to it, or this is just the...
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. Okay, good. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Well, thank you again for joining us on the Bureau Keynotes. I hope everyone has a lovely rest of your evening. You can plant better. You can dominate. Love you, everyone.
Love you more.
Love you more.
Bye.